Hello, I've got a couple of empty diagrams here, two models with absolutely nothing in. I just want to show you the symbol styles that I get out of the box if I've implemented the hot theme supplied by SAP. Here I've got some entities. Here's an area. I can drag an entity inside it so it's attached to it. I'm going to add a package, and these symbols are all as they are out of the box. If I create traceability links, this is what they look like. If I create a note, it looks like this, and I can link the note to various things, and you can see I've got this combination of browns and reds basically. Whereas in PowerDesigner Web the colors look like this. Here we have an entity, we have an area, we've got a traceability link here. I've got an association which I haven't created in my conceptual data model. Let me just show you that. The notation is wrong for me to be able to add one at the moment. I'll change the notation from Barker to entity relationship and Maurice, which now allows me to create an association which is actually a similar color to those in PowerDesigner Web. Not the same, but similar. And we go back to PowerDesigner Web. I've had a number of people say to me that these are nice colors, and I've contacted SAP saying, can we get these colors into the client? And to do that I would need a user profile that I can apply in the client, and they haven't got one. So I set about creating my own. Now if I just get rid of these two sample models and apply this user profile, here it is. What we can see in this display here on the left are the list of user profiles that SAP provided. The hot theme is the one that I had installed, well I currently have installed. And here's the one I've created that only changes the conceptual and logical data models and focuses on symbol styles. And in the text here it tells you what else it changes. Unfortunately I can't scroll through that, but there is more. I'm going to apply that now, which changes some of my display preferences. So now if I create a conceptual data model, when I draw entities, they look like the ones in PowerDesigner Web. The user profile has changed the fill color, the line color, so the color of the outline and the thickness of it as well, and has changed the font for the name, but it hasn't changed anything else. When I draw a relationship, you can see that the relationship line thickness, the line is thicker and it's a different color, but the user profile again did not change anything else. With a package it looks more like the ones you saw on the PowerDesigner Web, and this area looks similar. It's not much of a change, but it is a change when it comes to the area. If I was to add an inheritance, change the model options to ER and Maurice, and say that entity 3 is now a subtype of that, and this is now a subtype of that. You can see that the style applies to inheritance as well, even to the complete symbol if I was to show it. If I add an association, you can see it's not the same color as the ones we had before. Nor is that. No, these links, they're not the same color as before. When I add a note, it's now more of a grey color. And that also applies to the title, which I didn't show you earlier. Previously would have been thin red lines like the notes were. Traceability links, if you go from a symbol to an object, it's now that dotted line. If you go from an entity to an entity, that now looks like that. We switch back to PowerDesigner Web, and there you go. We can see I've matched the colors and the styles using my user profile.